Hello and welcome to part 68. In this video, we will continue our discussion on dictionary and learn some of the other important concepts about dictionary. If you remember from the past video, we have created a dictionary where we have specified the type of key as string and the type of value that we want to store in a dictionary that was also a string. But we can give our own custom types also. You can create a dictionary that can hold a set of customer objects if you want. For that, let's first create a class customer. Right? Once that is done, so instead of having the value type as string, I can change this type to customer. Okay, let's change it here also. And let's now name it as customers. Okay. Okay. So now we have a dictionary that is having key of string type and customer will be the value that it will store, right? So we can store as many customer that we want inside our dictionary. But let's say now we don't want to keep the string as our key type. We want to change it to the customer ID so that we can easily fetch the customers from the dictionary object. For that, let's create a property. And then now I can change the type of my key to integer because I want to keep customer ID as my key. Okay. So now let's create a customer. Okay, now I have three customers. Now let's add these three customers to our dictionary object. For that, as you remember, we can use the add method on customers dictionary object. So customers, and if you press dot here, you will see all the methods that are available that we can invoke on a dictionary object. For now, let's click on the add method and provide the object that you want to add. Let me say customer 1. Okay, if you notice, we are getting an error here because we need to specify a key also, right? So in our case, our key will be the customer ID of customer 1. So let's say customer dot customer ID comma this. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are providing customer ID as the key for the customer. Similarly, let's add other two customers also. Now we have three customers inside our dictionary object. Now let's run a for each loop and see what is the data we have till now. Okay, so I have written this for each loop, and in this for each loop I am iterating through all the values that are stored inside the customer's object, and I'm printing the customer name and customer ID. So now let's run the program. As expected, you can see we are able to print customer name and customer IDs which are stored in it. Okay, so this is how you can use custom types inside a dictionary. Now let's understand how we can use predicates when we are dealing with the dictionary of type custom types. In our case, the custom type is customer. Let me add one more property in our customer class. That is age, and let's provide some age to our customers. Okay, so I have my three customers and I have added some age for all three customers. Now let's say the requirement is I want to find all the customers which are having the age that is less than 30. For that, what we can do, we can use where method. So on our customers dictionary, right, I can invoke where and I can specify a predicate here. I can say customer x such that x dot value, because I want to get the customer object from the dictionary, where x dot value dot customer age, that is the age of the customer, is less than 30, right? So this is how you can specify a condition, right? If you see here, what I have done here, I said x is nothing but the object which are present inside the dictionary. And if you remember, dictionary is nothing but a collection of key value pairs. So x is nothing but is a key value pair. If you hover over on x, you can see key value pair. And it is not mandatory to give x is just a convention that we give normally, but this can be anything. You can give it a C because we are dealing with customers. So I can change this X to C also. So the point that I'm trying to make here is I can use any character to specify a key value pair, right? So let me change it back to X, right? And if you notice here, if I put a semicolon here and see the return type of it, the return type of it is I enumerable of key value pair. So it will give us a I enumerable, right? So if I say where customer with okay, so I can store the value which is coming from this particular statement inside this variable. Okay, and if you want to convert your IEnumerable to dictionary, for that you can invoke to dictionary method. So I can say dot to dictionary, and now I need to again specify what will be my key and what will be the value of for my dictionary. So I can say x dot key and x dot value will be the value. So let's see what we are doing here one more time. Let me move it here. Okay, so on the customers dictionary object, we have invoked where method to get the customers which are having age less than 30, and after that we have invoked to dictionary method to convert whatever result we have received from here to a dictionary type, right? Once that is done, we are storing that result to this variable. And if you see the return type, now it is saying, now the return type will say dictionary of integer as key and customer as the value that we will be storing in dictionary. So now let's go ahead and use a for each loop to print the result. So I am using for each loop to print the customer names whose age is less than 30, right? So if I run my program, you will notice we are getting Peter and John, because Peter and John are the only two customers which are having age less than 30. And that's it for this video, guys. In the next video, we will learn what are lists in C#.